Thornhill.
Mr. Speaker, more than 60% of Canadians are struggling to put food on the table. Food bank use is up by 20%. Housing prices have doubled under this Prime Minister, and now he wants to make it more expensive for struggling Canadians to heat their homes by tripling the carbon tax. Families will struggle to keep the heat on in February in Canada. Will the Prime Minister show some compassion for those struggling to heat their homes and cancel his plan to triple the carbon tax?
Hear, hear. The Honourable Minister of the Environment.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, and I would like to quote from the Parliamentary Budget Officer's last report on pricing, not what the Conservative Party are saying about it, but what the Parliamentary Budget Officer actually said. And I quote, "We project most households will see a net gain, receiving more in rebates from federal carbon pricing than the total amount they pay in federal fuel charges." Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Honourable Member for Thornhill.
Mr. Speaker, these are falsehoods and failures of a tax plan disguised as an environmental plan. In 4 provinces, Canadians pay more in carbon taxes than they get back, and in the rest of the provinces, they don't get anything at all. And worse, this government hasn't hit a single environmental target. Emissions have gone up. If they were serious about making life more affordable, instead of freezing taxes, having freezing seniors, they would scrap the taxes. When will they scrap the carbon tax?
Hear, hear. The Honourable Minister.
Mr. Speaker, maybe it's time for the Conservative Party of Canada to come clean with this House and Canadians and admit to all that the fuel charge that will come in effect in 2023 won't come into effect before April, at the very earliest, April of 2023, so it will have no impact whatsoever on the cost of heating our homes over the winter, Mr. Speaker. Thank you very much.
The Honourable Member for Bellechasse-les-Etchemins-Lévis. Good afternoon, Mr. Speaker. Good afternoon, Mr. Speaker. Things are going pretty badly in the country. It's clear the price of food has gone up by 11.4%, houses are unaffordable, and young people are sleeping in their parents' basements, Mr. Speaker. Winter is coming, and we know what that means in Canada. Home heating is not a luxury. Mr. Speaker, today we're asking the government to exempt all forms of home heating fuel from the carbon tax for all Canadians. Will they support us, Mr. Speaker? The Honourable Minister of the Environment. Thank you, Mr. Speaker, and I'd like to offer to my colleague from across the way some training on the difference between a federal carbon tax and a cap-and-trade system for the Government of Quebec. There is no increase that will take place in Quebec because the Quebec system is based on a cap-and-trade system. It's not linked to the prices, Mr. Speaker, and I'll be happy to explain that difference to my colleague.